This is your 5 p.m. Eastern Time update, where we'll be focusing on, primarily in this update, the newly formed, as of a few minutes ago, newly formed Tropical Depression number 10. You can see the satellite image here. What has caused us to upgrade the system to a tropical depression, you can just see a much better defined circulation in the satellite. The center is right about here, just off the eastern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula, right about here. So Florida is up here on the map. So the center, you can see it right now, not a lot of movement, essentially stationary, and it's going to remain nearly stationary over the next day or so before it begins to move off to the north on Monday. So let's start first with the current statistics. Tropical depression doesn't have a name yet. So if it continues to strengthen, it could acquire a name, but it doesn't have a name yet. It's a tropical depression, max winds 30 miles per hour, movement stationary. Let's look quickly at the current watches and warnings. So this blue area for the eastern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula, tropical storm warnings. This yellow for the western tip of Cuba is a tropical storm watch. No watches and warnings in the United States as of now, but that could change later tomorrow or Monday based off how the storm evolves. So where is this storm headed and how strong might it be? Like I said before, it's going to remain nearly stationary for the rest of the day and Sunday, and then on Monday begin to move northward and northeastward, approaching the west coast of Florida or the Florida Peninsula Tuesday. What about intensification? Well, we have it currently reaching hurricane force in about 3 days or on Tuesday with maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour. But what happens in between here? We don't know yet. It's too soon to get that specific. But I think the take-home message for you, if you're anywhere from the west central Florida coast through the Panhandle, you need to be thinking about and preparing for a potential hurricane coming later, or Tuesday into Wednesday. What does that mean, preparing at this stage? Don't put your shutters up or anything like that. At this early stage of the game, because look at the timing here. If we look at the timing of when these conditions might impact the Florida Peninsula and Southeast, we're really looking at Tuesday. So at this early time frame, you're looking through your supplies. You're making sure you have your supplies necessary, ready, handy. If you don't have your supplies, now is a great time to go out and get situated. If this materializes, there could be a bit of a crowds at the stores and that sort of thing. Other things, make sure your prescriptions are up to date and just kind of get situated in case this unfolds over the next couple of days. In terms of impacts, little soon to determine the potential impacts. We'd be detailing the impacts more tomorrow and Monday. But what we do know, and we talked about this in the earlier update, is regardless of how this evolves and how strong it might be, it's just going to spread a ton of moisture over the southeastern United States, producing heavy rain and potential for flooding. You can see on this graphic, this is the potential rainfall amounts. The yellow here is 4 to 6 inches. The take-home message here is this is not just a coastal phenomenon. You in the southeast, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, have to also be monitoring this storm. Now, the final take-home message for you at this early stage is that you have to check back often. If you're in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, you need to be checking the forecast twice a day. So that's morning and afternoon or evening. Why? These systems can evolve. This forecast might change. It could go a little bit further west or a little bit further east than we're forecasting at this point, or it could be a little bit stronger. So it is imperative that you not anchor on this initial message and stay tuned for potential updates, because past experience has shown that these storms can change, and we want you to have the very latest information to make these important decisions. We'll be back tomorrow with more live video streams as this system evolves, and as always, you can get more timely updates on hurricanes.gov.